To reiterate, this is not an idle game. There is an auto battle function, and a portion of your combat is outside of your control, but we'll get into that shortly. In terms of passive income, you have none. Therefore, this is not a traditional idle game. Instead, it is a regular gacha collector. Before writing this off as an entirely pay-to-win experience due to the nature of gacha, I would be amiss to not include the fact that even the lowest tier characters in the game have build paths to becoming an SSR. So even these little baby units here can be upgraded and modified. You also get to choose which unit path you would like for them to follow. The simplest way I can put that is basically if you got to choose whether your Charmander evolved into Charmeleon or Quilava. So even if you do build up a Lobby character all the way to SSR, that probably isn't the end of their story because you have an entirely different evolution you could work on later. It is incredibly gratifying to see heroes visually improve. It helps you to feel the weight of your decisions, and I challenge you, if you can download it now, to try and beat Chapter 2 within an hour. After Stage 2-8, you get your times 10 rerolls. That's usually a good point to determine if you like the game or not. I'm sure you'll find the challenge of the game as a welcome change to the utter slosh of autoable games these days. This comes with its own set of blessings. As you trudge along through a thought-provoking experience, it is difficult to ignore all of the attention to detail. In fact, all of the graphics are outstanding. But that's just the bread and butter to what you really want to see. Wildly unpredictable, unique, and fun combat. We can separate every round into multiple phases. The first is the auto phase, where all characters that passively throw out some attacks or buffs will do so. These automatic actions build up your action bar on the bottom. When the action bar is filled, you will obtain the ability to use an assortment of your team's attacks. While every unit has more than one skill, you may or may not gain access to those attacks each round. You will need to think on your feet and strategize in real time to win fights. It's honestly the most engaging combat I've experienced since Heroes War Counterattack. This is just scratching the surface of all the cool stuff in the game. Obviously, I'm still new and unlocking more things daily. But before we close off this video, I'd gladly show off this achievement system. This is clearly a long-term completionist grind with a plethora of dopamine releases to be had. So what are you waiting for? Like the video, subscribe, download the game, and join my guild.